Welcome to the first episode of Beyond the Scoreboard with Eric and Blake. This is episode 1. We're going to be discussing the major topics in the three major sports, that being football, basketball, and baseball, at this current point in time. So, Mr. Blake, what do you want to start with?
Oof. Let's talk about the Giants and Caleb Williams.
The trade proposal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good shout here. So, we've discussed this privately.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants would receive the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft. And in return, they would give the Chicago Bears a 2024 second.
A 2024 6th overall pick, exchange, a 2024 second round pick, a 2025 first round pick, and a 2025 second round pick. And on top of that, Kayvon Thibodeau, the edge rusher.
The edge rusher. Ooh, that sounds like a really good trade. What are your thoughts on that, Blake?
As a Giants fan, personally, I don't like it.
So you disagree with it completely?
I disagree.
I agree with it.
You do?
I really do, because, and I'll explain why.
Well, you are entitled to your own opinion.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But here's the real reason that I believe that this trade, it can revolutionize the entirety of the next decade or so in New York, completely at the Meadowlands, in my opinion. Essentially, them picking Caleb Williams with the number 1 overall pick, for some fans, may seem a little bit off, considering that they have what they would call a franchise quarterback in Daniel Jones, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But to be completely honest, I don't think that Caleb Williams is worse than Daniel Jones. That's just my opinion, and I believe that Caleb Williams can, again, revolutionize that franchise, turn them into a playoff team easily, without a doubt. Daniel Jones is not cutting it with his injuries, his play style. It doesn't coexist with the play style that Daboll wants to run, which is primarily a power run with Saquon Barkley. That's pretty much what this offense is doing.
But it's going to look different.
But it's going to look way different if Caleb Williams is there, and I'll tell you why. Because, again, we all know that Caleb Williams can run the ball. He can run the ball. But he can throw that ball deep. He's a deep ball. He has a great arm.
Okay.
And with those receivers, some of those receivers, Darius Slayton and Isaiah Hodgins, they're not getting the best looks. They're not getting the best looks. They're not getting the ball thrown to them because Daniel Jones can't get it there. For him making $40 million a year, it doesn't add up, in my opinion. But again, coming from not a Giants fan, a Steelers fan, Mr. Giants fan, what do you think of my analysis of this topic?
Well, so you were talking about Saquon a little bit and how they're a run-heavy offense, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So he's gonna most likely be gone this offseason. With how much money?
Saquon.
Saquon.
Saquon's gonna be out.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming back. Giants fan, I want him to come back, but from a money standpoint, it would not be worth it. Same with Xavier McKinney. And that's a 50-50 with him. But back to Daniel Jones and Caleb. So, my understanding, and Joe Shane previously said in an interview multiple times to the people of the organization that Daniel Jones is the guy. He led the team to a victory in Minnesota. I remember that game perfectly.
You remember that game vividly because we watched it together.
And I get it. We've been to the playoffs once. We lost once, against the Eagles in the divisional round. But, we all have our bad. I get it. Daniel Jones has not shown the brightest, but it's shown that he has potential to become the Giants franchise quarterback. And also, Caleb Williams has some bad games too in the past. Do we not remember that loss in Notre Dame Do you remember that, Mike? Do you remember that game?
I absolutely remember that. I think he threw 4 picks in that game.
3 picks.
But that was in the first half. You got to keep that in mind. Those 3 picks came in the first half.
Okay.
But here's the thing, kind of adding on to what you were saying. I think that Daniel Jones, he's had hot flashes. He's had good flashes of being a great quarterback. Yep. I don't think it's $40 million great, but then again, it's their own franchise. They can do whatever they want. I don't know if Daniel Jones is that guy anymore. I would give him 1 more year. I feel like this is his last year to really show that he can coexist in this offense, that he can run it to the best of its ability. But if they can't make the playoffs next year, I don't know. I think he's gone. But again, I will give him the benefit of the doubt in some categories because he doesn't have the greatest offensive line either. He doesn't really have the greatest offensive line.
Only good player on the team was Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is the only bright spot on that line.
He was
and that's another thing. Like, sure, you may think that the Giants would take an offensive lineman and Joe Alt in this upcoming draft. I don't think they should. Because I think that they can easily pick up somebody in free agency.
I totally agree. And also I think the Giants should go after... It was also said that, and personally, there are a lot of good quarterbacks in this year's draft. To name a few, we have Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. They have all been very solid, unique quarterbacks this last offseason.
100%.
This past season. And J.J. McCarthy, but we know he's not, a top 10 overall pick. So, I do agree that we have to draft a quarterback. There are multiple quarterbacks in this year's draft that has the potential to become a starter. Drake May, Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb, Drake May. I think the Giants should either go after a wide receiver or quarterback with that number 6 overall pick. If they do want to go after a quarterback, I say we trade up to 3.
You think that they should trade up to the number 3 overall pick?
If they go for a quarterback, yes. But there has been rumors that the Patriots will be going with a quarterback.
And I think they should. No doubt about it. Because the New England Patriots, they don't have a quarterback right now. I'm going to just say that with my chest. They do not have a proper quarterback that can run that offense.
What about
and again,
Bailey
Zappi, again, he's had good flashes too. Against my Steelers, he's had some flashes of being I wouldn't say a franchise quarterback, but a great backup at least.
I don't know how you guys lost that game.
Hey, look, I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, Bailey Zappi has shown that he can run an offense, but it's a matter of if you can run the offense and be successful. That's what every franchise is looking for at this point in time right now. That is why Cincinnati went with Burrow. And that's why Philly went with Jalen Hurts. Those are just 2 prime examples of someone. They're either going to be a straight backup or they're going to be a franchise quarterback that can run the offense and have success. And both of those quarterbacks, both of those examples are successful. They've shown their success. They've both made a Super Bowl. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done. But then again, Jalen Hurts was playing Patrick Mahomes. And Joe Burrow was playing Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp, who had the best year of his career.
Well, to be fair, though, they were the first, super team, the Rams. But, they were following...
they sold their soul for a super team,
they
but yes.
They were following the Buccaneers with Tom Brady and
company. They sold pretty much their entire franchise. They sold their soul for a Super Bowl.
Well, let's not forget, though. With selling the soul, they did get some good values. We have Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua had a great year.
That was amazing job by that staff and managers. I could not think of a better running back or wide receiver. Both very young,
No
talented.
doubt.
They got good potential. And that team's got potential.
No doubt. Adding on to that, again, Jalen Hurts couldn't get it done in his Super Bowl either against Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago. But that leads me to our next topic. The Chiefs going back-to-back for the first time since the Patriots did earlier in this century.
Early 2000, yep.
Yes. Now, here's a big question that may or may not confuse a lot of people.
What's up?
Do you think that they can three-peat? Just straight up, do you think that they can win another Super Bowl this coming year?
No.
Why?
I don't think so.
Why not? Really? Are you kidding me?
Nope. So...
I think that they can, hands down.
I don't think they can. Because... I'm not a Swiftie hater. Let's get that straight.
No one's a Swiftie hater. But no one likes the Swifties either. I mean, it's bullshit.
No one did. Back to your question with Chiefs back to back. I don't think so for a couple of reasons. So they first of all got rid of Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah, that was today actually. They got rid of MVS today.
As well as they will be letting L'Jarius Sneed not be on the team. He will most likely be on another team this coming season.
Okay.
And right there, that's a huge part. That is huge. Especially that corner. Him and McDuffie were two solid, very good corners.
Wait, they let Snead go?
They...
He's like a prime free agency spot.
They don't want to... They don't... Right now...
Because he's getting... He was getting about $15 million a year?
Right now, he's not... Right now, there's mix of him staying or not staying. It's 50-50 right now with him. But as of right... They are also having posts of the Eagles telling him to come on over to Philadelphia.
See, the thing is, I don't think Philly needs him. I think they're set on safeties right now.
Really?
And I'm going to... Yeah, if you really think about it.
Well...
They have Kevin Byard. They picked them up mid-season last year.
They just dumped in that team. But back to what you were saying about the Chiefs. I don't think they can do it.
Are you fucking kidding me? I completely disagree here.
Travis Kelce's going to get older. People, and I get it. You can make this argument. People are going to know their strategies. It's been I know they won back-to-back. Last year, we're going to know their strategies. No, but they won the Super Bowl this past season. I think the teams know their scheme. They know their plays. They're a second-half team. They are a second-half team. If we look back in the past two Super Bowls they played, they were down by double digits going into the halftime. And they somehow was able to pull off not a major comeback, but a comeback. They were down by 10. They were able to win every game. I think this year's going to be different. Joe Burrow is going to be healthy. The Bills are going to definitely, be set on what they want, because it's probably their last year with Mike Hott, with that two
Poyer
safeties.
and Hyde.
Poyer and Hyde. They're going to get older. Josh Allen's only getting older. They got a really good running back in James Cook. Do you remember that game against him and the Chiefs? He played phenomenal in that regular season game. He played phenomenal.
This past year?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many yards did he have? Over I know over 100, right?
Rushing?
Yeah.
About that, yeah. But the thing is, he just can't get it done in the postseason, and that's kind of, unfortunately, that's the part that matters.
I think that...
He's a great... Honestly, out of every quarterback this season, he might have been, despite throwing around 20 interceptions, the greatest regular season quarterback this season.
Shout out to Joe Shane and Brian Dable. They brought him in, Wyoming college quarterback, and they went to Buffalo. Now they're on the Giants. Maybe. Who knows? Next
Josh Allen to the Giants? I don't know. That could happen.
Ooh,
I would love to see that.
I would not mind that either. But
as a Giants fan, you wouldn't mind that. As a Steelers fan, I would hate that.
Yeah, well, the Steelers they lost against the... Did you guys listen to the Patriots and, what was it, the Cardinals?
The Cardinals, but then again, Philly lost to them too.
And the Cowboys.
The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals too.
But I think Travis Kelce's going to get older. Chris Jones is getting older.
Josh Allen is running out of time.
Chris Jones wants money this season. And I know he said
he's not getting it. I don't think he's getting it.
But I think he'll take a pay cut definitely to get that 3-peat. I think this year's going to be different. Bills are going to be healthy. Bengals are going to be healthy. Eagles, hopefully they get their stuff together with the head coaching position, which they did. They got Vic Fangio from the Dolphins, I believe, as a DC. Yes. So
he went to Miami, right?
Yeah, he was on Miami.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But no,
he was the OC down in Miami.
Oh, he was?
I believe so.
Vic Fangio?
Vic Fangio, I believe he was the OC back down in Miami, and then now I think he's an assistant or like a running backs coach or something.
And no, I believe he's a DC on the Eagles.
I guess he got moved. Then I don't know. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't think the Eagles are going to do well this season. They'll make the playoffs, sure, but I don't see them making it past the wild card again, unless Jalen Hurts can wake the fuck up, because he was god awful in the second half of this season. What do you think?
I actually just looked it up. Nick Fangio is a DC.
Oh,
like I said.
My mistake.
Yeah. What was your
question? You know who I'm thinking of? Nathaniel Hackett. That's who I'm thinking of. I don't know why that just popped into my head.
The Jets OC. Poor Jets.
So I was talking about Jalen Hurts and how he was terrible in the second half of the season.
He was.
He was very terrible, and to be honest, Vic Fangio went to Philly, right, as a DC.
Yeah, on Philly as DC, yeah.
So and to be honest, knowing Jalen Hurts, he's probably gonna choke in the wild card. I do not see the Philadelphia Eagles making it past the wild card. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that?
Well, they did get Kellen Moore as OC.
Philly.
Yeah.
No, that's incorrect.
No, I have it here. On Philadelphia Eagles website, Eagles named Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator.
So he went to LA for 1 year and bounced.
Yep, that's correct.
He went to LA for 1 year and decided, I don't fucking like it here, and left.
Precisely. Maybe not those exact comments, but yeah. But
look, if I was under Brandon Staley, I would have left too after 1 year.
Brandon Staley, bro. Now it's John Harbaugh.
Yeah, you know what? That actually brings us to the next topic. What do you think that Jim Harbaugh is gonna do? Yeah.
Jim.
What do you think Jim Harbaugh is gonna do down in LA or up in LA?
As a Giants fan, this hurts me to say this. I think he might go. I think the Chargers are going to pick up Saquon Barkley. Them or the Houston Texans.
I mean, knowing Jim, they're probably going to take Blake Corum.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah, knowing Jim. Because, in my opinion, because I think they have a top 7 pick in the draft this year.
The Chargers have the 5th overall pick.
They have the 5th overall pick.
They're not going to get Blake Corum at 5. Are you serious?
I think that they're going to take... No, I'm kidding. No, they're not going to take Corum at 5. I do think they have more than one first-round pick, though.
They do not.
They don't?
No.
So then he's going to be a high second. I think Jim is going to do everything in his power to get Blake Corum and then ship Eckler off somewhere. That's just my opinion, because again, you got to think about
the Chargers have the 37th overall pick.
It's the same exact thing corresponding to round 1 and 2, respectively.
Yeah.
That's just what's going on here. But the thing is, right, and this is a big takeaway from all this,
yeah.
Jim Harbaugh going to LA it changed the internet a little bit. Like, everyone, it shocked the NFL world.
Also happy for him when he won the...
I mean, he won the chip and bounced. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He won a national championship and then bounced out of there. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you got to think about the chemistry that they have together, because he was with Corum for 4 years, I believe, or 3 years or something. I think Blake Corum was a 3-year starter or a 4-year starter. So you got to keep that in mind as well. So, in my opinion, I think with their second-round pick, I think they're going to take Blake Corum and then ship Eckler. That's my opinion. And plus, Eckler had a shit year this year.
He did not have a good year. He did not. But out of all the running backs, he really did good. I mean, Saquon did predominantly okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. I'm so glad. Good for him, dude. I
He won Offensive Player of the Year.
He did. But with our next topic, I think we should talk about the Steelers.
And what about the Steelers? The fact that T.J. Watt got ripped of DPOY?
No, I was so...
I mean, I cannot believe the committee with this award.
Well, I'm gonna stop.
It wasn't even close. T.J. Watt led in every single fucking stat. But what the big thing that gave Miles the award is what he led the league in I almost got you.
Well, I'm gonna stop.
And people I'm sorry.
I was not gonna actually talk about that. I was actually gonna talk about Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I saw today that the Atlanta Falcons are actually the favorites to land him.
Yes. You watched that video of him jumping up and down, all excited about his agent. You might be going home. You saw that video?
I did.
What about Russell Wilson? What about the Seattle Seahawks? Used to be good quarterback.
Used to be good.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what. When Peyton came in, he was treated terribly in Denver this past season. But I don't think he can hack it in Pittsburgh. I genuinely don't. Because...
Hey, who?
Russell Wilson. I think that, again, I was pretty much saying that he was treated misfairly. He wasn't treated fairly in Denver this past year, because of Payne. But I don't think that he can hack it in Pittsburgh. I don't think he can. Not under Tomlin, at least. I'm sure that if it were to happen, he would light up the league. But I don't know if he can run that offense successfully under Tomlin, at least. And we don't know if Tomlin's staying. We still don't know. We have no clue if Tomlin is staying or not.
Sean Payton, I know what you're meaning. He had some tempers this last offseason.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He did not want to start Russ.
They did not. But,
I really want to know the real reason why Payton benched him at 7-8.
That is a very...
Like, they had a chance to make the playoffs.
They did have a good chance. You know, they beat...
I think they were like 6-6.
They beat the Vikings on, Monday Night Football?
They beat the Patriots.
Then they beat the Bills as well, I think. Yeah, they beat the Bills.
The Broncos beat the Bills on Monday night.
Yeah, 22-20, I believe, by a field goal.
24-22.
But...
Josh Allen had a bad game. Anyway, again, he was treated unfairly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what head coach is benching their starting quarterback with a 500 record, with a chance to make the playoffs. But I don't think that he can hack it in Pittsburgh. I don't think that he can. If we got a new coach, maybe.
A new coach?
Now, here's the thing.
Hold
your horses.
On the Steelers?
On the Steelers. Hold your horses here.
Mike Tomlin.
I'm not saying that we should get rid of Tomlin, because he's easily one of the most consistent coaches in NFL history.
Plus 500, yep.
Has not ever had a losing season in Pittsburgh. But I feel like Tomlin and Russell Wilson cannot coexist in the same offense. That's my opinion, I think. Because as a diehard Steelers fan, I like to call myself a diehard Steelers fan, I do not think that he can do that. Genuinely, I think that Russ may need to go somewhere else.
So you think Wilson will maybe be going to the... Not Zach Wilson. I don't mean Zach Wilson. You think the Denver quarterback might be going to Pittsburgh?
I don't think he is.
You don't think he will?
What do you think?
Well, I don't know much about Pittsburgh and their whole scheme over there. I think stick with Kenny Pickett. I say stick with him. Now,
here is going to be the turning point of this first episode here. that everyone may have a problem with. As a Steelers fan, I say get rid of Pickett.
Get rid of him.
I say get rid of him.
Mason Rudolph?
Give me Mason Rudolph as the starting quarterback. He has proven time and time again that he can consistently give
He almost beat the Bills.
Pittsburgh a win.
Yes,
he gave Josh Allen a hard time. He made him earn that win.
Josh Allen won because of his feet.
Bullshit. 52-yard touchdown. I'll tell you that. I mean, he fake slid, but we're not going to talk about that. I mean, we're going to talk about Mason Rudolph for a minute here. Mason Rudolph, okay, after benching Mitch Trubisky, he came on with some kind of confidence that I never saw in Trubisky. And it showed against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the best offense I've ever seen in the past 3 to 4 years. Even when Canada started.
Matt Canada.
Because Matt Canada, when he started as the OC for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think it was 3 years ago, he was great. I think that first season he was decent. But then he started getting lower and lower and lower until he eventually got fired.
And you guys won a game with over 200 yards.
400.
400.
It was over 400 total yards. In fact, under Canada, we didn't have a 400 total yard game.
Yeah, but then you guys sucked the following game after that.
Well, that's because we started Mitchell Trubisky because then we played Arizona after that week. And we lost Pickett in that game, and then Mitch Trubisky screwed it up. And Mitch Trubisky got cut. As a Steelers fan, I have never been more happy to see a Steelers quarterback get cut from the team. It really brought tears of joy in my fucking eyes.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely. I never want to see Mitch Trubisky wearing a Steelers jersey in my life ever again.
All right. Calm down. You ain't some pro athlete, all right?
Okay, no. But again, back to the most controversial part of the show. Next season, week 1, give me Mason Rudolph as the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's it. I want to see him succeed.
You know, let me ask you something about success in succeeding. We're gonna, talk about something else.
We're gonna move here.
Let's talk about the New York Knicks.
The New York Knicks. Interesting. I've heard that they've been running riots,
dude,
in the league right now.
I'm watching New York Knicks. I just previously watched the Knicks versus Detroit Pistons.
That was a few days ago.
Surprisingly, I stayed up for that game, and I like getting my shut eye.
Yeah, we know that. For this game. We know that.
I stayed up for this game, and I gotta admit, there should have been a call there.
I mean, for context. He goes to sleep. He is not a night owl. We'll go with that. And he's an early bird. So there's some context. But anyway, I believe that there should have been a foul called.
With DiVincenzo.
With DiVincenzo getting the call.
Yeah, tackling. He should be a linebacker. He can tackle.
I tell you what, he can.
He
absolutely can.
No, but I totally agree. But hey, New York Knicks are dominating.
Yeah, hands down.
I know they're the 4th seed right now, but you know what?
I mean, you can't go wrong with them right now. They
are showing passion at the Garden.
Hands down. And another thing, Jalen Brunson is easily having his best season so far.
MVP? How do you feel about MVP?
What do you think? Do you think he deserves MVP?
Look, he is putting a resume together for that MVP. I know there's some other players out there, but hey, Jalen Brunson had been doing an outstanding job. No one believed him when he first signed with the
Knicks.
With the Knicks. Who did you have hope?
I never had hope.
I did not.
I thought he would have been a very average point guard at max. Because I saw what he did in Dallas. I saw what he did there. He was average. He wasn't that good. But when he came over to New York, when he came to the Jungle City, the Big Apple. I did not think that he could run that offense in that way. But he can. He can do it. Do you think he should win MVP, though?
The thing you have to think about some other players. Jokic.
Yes, that's
You gotta
very
think
true.
of-
He's lighting up the league, too.
You know, I was going to say Joel Embiid, but that injury, man,
That put him off.
That cost
He can't. You can't even win the MVP. He can average 90 points, 30 rebounds, and 20 assists a game, and he still can't make it because you need... Well, by the way, you know what? This is a new topic here. What do you think of that rule? That MVP rule where you need to play at least 65 games in a season?
Hey.
I think it's fair.
Put up or shut up, you know? Just because one person had one good game, you know, you gotta be
There is
consistent.
no MVP that cannot stay healthy, in my opinion. And that is why I don't think that he'll go back-to-back.
Well, let me ask you this. What about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
SGA is killing it
Okay, so-
on the floor right now. If anything, I say he's the front runner
Ooh, really?
for the MVP award. Yes. He has shown so much promise and so much potential this season. I think he's got it. But you got to keep in mind of Jokic, Giannis.
Yeah,
Who else is there? There's
Oh, Luka.
Luka. It's between him, Luka, and Jokic, in my opinion. Right now. I think Giannis is a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. He is very ferocious when he gets to the rim. But I don't know if he'll have that kind of season again. Like that year that he won the finals. I don't think he can. Who do you think, Blake, who do you think would win MVP
Give me
this season?
Brunson.
Really?
Give me Brunson.
Jalen
Give me
Brunson
Jalen
winning MVP? Really?
I'm a New York fan, so that's why I said Brunson. I'm Jalen Brunson guy.
I mean, I'm a Knicks fan too, but I don't think he's winning MVP.
Yeah, no. Probably you know the Joker, man. You can't go wrong with them. Can't go wrong with the Joker, though.
I mean, he's averaging a triple-double, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's averaging a triple-double this season. It's like 28, 10, and 11 or something. Yeah.
It doesn't matter word for word. He's been doing an amazing job down at Denver.
I mean, and he looks like... Look, don't get me wrong. Jokic is a great player. He just looks lazy when he plays.
Oh, how he walks?
Yeah, how he walks, how he plays the game.
Hey, he'll shut
He
you up.
gives me Dirk vibes.
Dirk vibes, really?
Like, just pace, not actual player skill. I mean, just pace. Like, he's got, like, that arc, in my opinion.
Oh,
How he
shoots
could
it?
shoot, just the way he runs and jogs and walks.
Yeah.
He gives me Dirk vibes. That's just
Dirk
my
vibes.
thing. Now, Blake, I got another thing for you here.
What's up?
So, at the beginning of the season, the
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a coach.
Yeah.
They had a head coach, Adrian Griffin. He went about 30 and 15, or something along those lines. He had about 30 wins, and I think they were the first team in the league to win 30 games. But then they fired him and replaced him with Doc Rivers.
So he went 30 and 13 before he got
30 and 13.
Before he
So
left.
that's even better. And then he got fired? Doc Rivers replaces Adrian Griffin? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I think it was a very exceptional job professionally by Doc Rivers when he, I don't know how, but got the All-Star head coach. And he did say publicly that the money that he would get from the All-Star game, he would ultimately give the money that he got to Adrian Griffin, which I think is amazing. So, it does suck that he left. I mean, Doc Rivers, you know, he's been losing a couple games. He's been not a good winning head coach in the playoffs, except for when he won back in, what was it? He went to the playoffs in 2008?
Was it 09?
No, 09
With
was
LA?
No, 09 was the Lakers. They went back to back.
No, I'm saying making the playoffs in general. He was with the Clippers, I think, right? In 09?
09?
Am I way off? 09? He was definitely coaching back then, right?
No, he was definitely coaching.
I just don't know if he was with the Clippers or not. I don't remember off the top of my head.
He was not.
Where was he coaching in 09?
09? Oh, how about I look it up for you? So, the 2009 Doc Rivers position.
Yes. Where was he?
So, he was on the Boston Celtics from 04.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I know. No, I'm thinking of 2013 then. Because I know he was with the Clippers at some point.
And you were right. They did win in 09. The Celtics.
Yeah.
No, I thought the Lakers, because I know how the Lakers, when they lost,
they
went
didn't
back-to-back.
win, and I think they only won in 07.
Who?
The Lakers.
The Lakers won back to back.
07, 08 then, I think.
No, it was after.
It couldn't have been.
It was they played the Magic.
Well, because then then it was earlier then, because if you're really thinking about it, 2010 was Dallas.
Okay.
2011 was Dallas, I think.
2012.
No, wait. My mistake. 2011 was Miami, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Don't flame me. I might be wrong here. I think 2012 was San Antonio. 13 was Heat.
Well, let me hold on. The 09 team.
In LA?
The 09 team that won. They beat the Orlando Magic back in the 2009 NBA Finals.
It was the Celtics then.
It was 2010 that they beat the Celtics.
So they did go back to back.
Well, the Lakers went back to back.
Oh.
The Celtics only won once, and that was 2000.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's so dumb of me. Because then that means that the Mavericks won in 11 then. Yes, it has to be, because I know Dirk won.
Dirk won one, yeah.
Because Dirk was on the team.
And it was with the big three down in Miami. Yes.
Yes, and then
the
Miami won the year after.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went back to back. Miami.
Yes, they did. And then they lost
12 and 13.
Then they lost to the
beating OKC and then beating San Antonio.
But then they lost to San Antonio as well. They also lost against them in the.
Oh, then it had to be 13 they lost, right?
Yes, I believe this was the end of their tenure.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, back to the topic here.
Yep.
Adrian Griffin starting 30 and 13 in Milwaukee, then gets fired and replaced with Doc Rivers. Mm-hmm. What's their current record right now? The Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're 37 and 21.
The Milwaukee Bucks, you say?
Yeah. Their current record right now at this point in time.
38 and 1. 38 and 21. 38 and 21.
So he's gone 8 and 8 since arriving in Milwaukee.
They're third in the East.
Really?
They're third in the East.
I don't know how. See, it seems like Doc Rivers is pulling something out of his ass and producing some wins, but he's also producing losses, which is something that Adrian Griffin barely did. I kind of wanted to see what his capabilities were for the rest of the regular season and going into the postseason, because obviously Middleton and Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee would have easily made the playoffs, hands down. It's just a matter of how far they would go. Because I know last year they were a 1 seed, right?
Against the...
and they lost to the Miami Heat in 5? If I remember it correctly. Off the top of my head. But,
speaking of Miami, they're the 5th seed. They're behind the New York Knicks.
Have you heard about the Atlanta Hawks, actually? Have you seen a graphic on Instagram? How in the past 1,500 games, they were 750 and 750?
Really?
Record-wise? Yeah, have you seen that?
No.
I've never heard any franchise in any sport realistically do that. It was pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, the Miami Heat, they're currently the 5th seed, right? Correct. Mm-hmm. What do you think they're capable? What do you think they're capable of doing in the playoffs?
Well,
do you think that they can make a deep run like they did last year?
Well, they have won 5 in a row. Let's not forget, they won 5 in a row. And didn't they go to the NBA Finals last season?
Yeah, I believe they did.
No, I think so.
Against
Denver Nuggets.
against the Nuggets, and they lost in 6, I think.
I don't think they'll make it that far, but they will make it to the playoffs.
I think they're making the play-in.
Oh, geez, the whole team. Every team can make it to the play-in.
You know what? That actually brings me to the next topic. What do you think of the new rule implemented into the playoffs called the play-in tournament? What do you think of that?
I don't mind it.
I mean, I kind of don't like it.
Give those.
Like, give the people who earn the 7 and 8 seed their respective seeds.
Okay, we'll make them fight for the play-in then. If they want so bad, they go after it and get it. Nothing's handed to you there. You gotta work for it.
Look, for the 9 and 10 seeds, they shouldn't have a chance.
I understand that.
They really shouldn't. I just think that they missed the playoffs. Like every other season has happened.
Let me ask you this: what do you feel about the play-in tournament?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
Like just in general?
Or the what was this? Yeah, the play-in tournament. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Didn't the Lakers win it?
Out of the plan? No, they didn't. I don't think they've ever been to the plan.
Really?
No, Miami was in the plan last year,
Oh,
and they got out. They beat Atlanta, I think. And then they beat... no, you know what? I think they beat the Pelicans. I think. They beat the Pelicans. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong already. Who did they play? Because I know that they beat Atlanta at one point to earn the 8th seed. The Hornets?
I believe it was the Hornets.
Yeah, I think it was the Hornets.
Yeah, but the in-season tournament, the Lakers won it. The in-season tournament.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
the thing is that the thing is, Miami showed last season that they deserved to make the finals based on who they beat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they can do it again, though.
I think they can, but not to the finals. But they can definitely do something, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jimmy, but let's talk about the Boston Celtics.
What about them?
Kristaps Porzingis on a 9-game win streak. Derek White.
They're the current best team in the league right now, right?
46-12 is the best. Second place. No, but this is not West or East. Just they're the number one. The second best record is the Minnesota Timberwolves. 42-17.
That takes a lot. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's 4 games difference.
42-17.
Mm-hmm.
You said? I didn't think that they had it in them. Like, I think Cat is a great player, but I didn't think that he had that
Rudy
caliber.
Gobert, Anthony Edwards.
I don't even know why Rudy Gobert is there.
That was
I mean, Cat is good on his own.
Hey, he won what 2 or 3 DPO.
Well, yeah, it's because he's 7'3" or something. He's over 7 foot tall. Of course,
but
he's gonna
some
win.
players don't win that.
Yeah, the only point guard that I can think of, or the only non-center, or something along those lines that I can think of, is Marcus Smart. That's who comes to mind.
Of winning what defensive player?
DPOY, yes.
Also, Gary Payton.
Yeah, and I think Gilbert Arenas won 1 year or something.
I don't know about him.
I may be wrong. I'm not the greatest basketball fan, hands down. But I do know that it takes a lot of hard work. That I can recognize and that I can respect.
Yeah, he's the only guard to win Defensive Player of the Year, Gary Payton.
Yes.
Since,
I know Marcus Smart won it.
Yeah,
I think it was
2022.
22, yes.
Yep.
And I don't know why he choked in the playoffs, but
But
we don't have to.
The Celtics are a very good team.
You don't have to say names.
The Celtics will make a really good run. But Aaron, what month are we in?
We're currently towards the end of February.
So what's next month?
March.
Ooh. You know that?
Ooh.
We got
March Madness.
Ooh.
My college, High Point, has a chance to actually make it to the Big
Yeah,
Dance.
how is it going with High Point?
They currently have the best team in the Big South Conference.
Oh, they still do.
Yeah, they actually clinched the number 1 seed last night.
No kidding. Oh, they won?
They won last night. They
Good
beat
for
Winthrop
them.
and clinched the number 1 seed in
Good for them.
the conference tournament.
So they will be in March Madness then.
I don't know. I don't know if it's an auto bid or an at-large bid. It's going to have to depend on how they do in the conference
Well, you still have
tournament.
one more game.
I think if they make the conference final tournament, like in the final, if they make it to the finals in the conference tournament, I think they get the auto bid.
Well, I'm saying, you still play one more game. You still have one more game left.
Yeah, I know that. It's on the road, but you best believe that I'm going to be there. Because High Point University needs to go to the Big Dance. And I'm not just saying this because I go to the school. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, it's the complete opposite. This year, that they hired a new head coach this year. He goes by the name of Alan Huss. He's his alma mater is Creighton.
Creighton, they're doing good as well.
Back in 2002. He played back in 2002, I believe. He has shown in his first year what it takes to be a head coach of a college basketball program. And it's his first year. And in his first 20 games, he made history in Division I completely. Having the most wins in the first 20 games of your head coaching career. He went 16-4 in his first 20 games.
Overall, 24-6.
24-6. Only 6 losses, and that's 2 conference losses. 1 upset and 1 unlucky game.
I watched that game with you.
The other 4 losses are out of conference, one of them being Georgia, but I'm going to tell you this right now. They kept up the entire game. They only lost by 8. That should give you an idea. And again, it's going to have to depend on how well they do in this conference tournament. But I believe, with my heart and my chest, that they can make the dance.
And also, back to the Georgia thing, they were leading at halftime.
They were winning at halftime by 1. Sure, by 1. But they were winning.
By 3.
They were winning by 3 at halftime.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
33-30.
Very interesting. Very low scoring game compared to last night's game. I don't know if you managed to catch the end of that at all or seen any highlights.
I did not.
They played Winthrop last night. And
Well, let me guess, they won 100 to 96?
Are you sure you're not looking at it right
I'm
now?
totally not looking at it.
Yeah, they won 100 to 96. Talk about 2 completely different games.
It went in overtime, I'm seeing?
It went into overtime, yeah. So you did look it up. Yeah.
What? No, I would never.
Yeah, no, but that game last night was to clinch that 1 seed in the conference tournament itself. Obviously, they clinched the conference, but it was a matter of them against Winthrop. In that second game, because the High Point took advantage in the first game at Winthrop, won after being down about 17 or 18, maybe it was 19. I'm not 100% sure. They battled back and won in regulation on a buzzer beater.
The last time they played Winthrop was January 27th, and they won by 2 points.
Yeah, and in fact, they were down as much as 19, I believe, and we battled all the way back and won in regulation off of a last-second layup. And then the roles essentially reversed, but we kind of they kind of got bailed out, and we got sent to overtime, which the refs then bailed us out.
Refs, man, refs.
I tell you what, that game last night was full of foul trouble, though.
Refs are human
2
beings.
players on each team fouled out. Half of the High Point squad had 4 fouls. They had a total of 34 personal fouls.
Really?
In regulation.
That is absurd.
34 fouls in regulation. That's unheard of.
Is that a record or something?
It's got to be. I mean, I don't know. But the refs also didn't let anything slide. So you got to keep that in mind.
They're one of the harsh. They called everything.
They called absolutely everything. It was horrendous.
That sounds. But hey, all refs are different.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. So,
who do you think is going to be that number one winner in this year's March Madness coming up. It's a very tough one because my first instinct is UConn.
I was going to second that.
Back to back, right? I think they won last year.
They did win last year.
But I don't know. I don't know if they have it like that. Considering, they lost to Seton Hall, I think, this past week. I might be wrong. Or it was St. John's or something. I don't know.
No, so for me, I don't think Duke... The thing is, Duke is good. Don't get me wrong with Duke. My issue is with Duke is that they lose. They're very messy sometimes, and
Duke doesn't have it.
I'm gonna give my example. So they played against Wake Forest and
lost by 4. 83 to 79, I believe.
It's somewhere around there. But my point being is that towards the end of the game, Wake Forest went down with the ball. They missed the opportunity to put a dagger in it. And then and Duke gets the ball. They're going down the field. And I think it was someone named Porter, I believe, on Duke. It was someone named Porter. And he made a very bad pass to Filipowski. And it hit his hand and went out of bounds. And it was like there was enough time, I believe, to get a foul, then be only down by 3 if the guy made 2. So, because Filipowski would have shot a 3-pointer, I believe. They would have been down by 1, then they get both foul shots 3. So I think that with their sloppiness towards the end of that half, that game, I think they still had a chance. And also, how do you feel about the court storming? Because Filipowski, if you saw, he got injured.
He got injured in that loss with that court storm. I didn't really see much of the game.
I watched the whole thing, but he didn't get injured. I believe he played against Louisville this past night. So I think they did win, but I don't think they're going to go deep. I think it's going to be maybe North Carolina
to win the whole thing.
Definitely to go deep, maybe.
See? Again, this might be another controversial choice because I'm thinking about offensive powerhouses right now.
So Houston?
No. I am thinking Auburn and Bama.
No way, Alabama lived by the 3.
I'm thinking, no, not to win the whole thing. I'm just thinking, right now I'm thinking of offensive powerhouses. As you can see in the past few games, Bama has, averaged at least over 90 points a game. Something along those lines. Sometimes they've even surfaced 100 in some of those games. But their defense let them down.
So you have UConn winning the whole thing, correct?
Probably, yeah. I would go with UConn. It's a safe option.
I would go with Houston. I'm going with Houston.
I don't know. I mean, it could work.
Well, speaking of working and starting up, because, in order to work, you have to start something up. Let's talk about spring training. That just started up.
Ooh, in the MLB. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So, obviously, we're both Yankees fans.
Well, I'm going to...
If you say that you're a Mets fan, we're going to end this episode here.
My dad's a Mets fan.
Okay.
My dad's also a Jets fan. So
he's had no hope.
Yeah, no.
In the sports world in the past 10 years. Besides the Mets making the World Series in 15.
Yeah. And also the Jets making the AFC Championship back-to-back years in 09 and 10, but they lost both times. But, I'm taking a baseball class right now in college. And so my professor wanted us to pick 2 baseball teams. And the American team we had to choose a Japanese team. And I got the Cebu, sorry for my mispronunciation, but the Cebu Lions. Do you know the Cebu Lions?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, I know you haven't.
No, I actually have heard of them.
The Cebu Lions?
Because that's where Ohtani used to go.
Really?
Like he used to visit games there. I think.
Shohei Ohtani used to visit the Cebu Lions.
I could be way off. I don't know. I've heard of them though, somehow in some way.
The Satanabu Cebu Lions.
That's the name of it. Yeah.
That's the name of the team. But I don't think Shohei Ohtani ever.
You know what? Speaking of Ohtani, didn't he get like a major deal this past summer this past year?
12 million. 12-year. What? $7
billion?
7 million, billions, trillions, whatever.
I mean, LA is just. First of all, I mean, they're kind of ripping him off. In the first 10 years, he's making about 20. But then they're delegating the other 980 or whatever the number was.
Look,
the other $900 million dollars for the
Ohtani.
Something about delegating money into another way.
The Dodgers will play Ohtani $700 million over the next 20 years.
It's insanity, and it's worth almost a double what Patrick Mahomes makes. Like, you remember his deal. It was 10 for half a billion.
Don't get me started with Patrick Mahomes. Ugh.
Anyway, the Dodgers have made some big money moves in the offseason.
No, but back to us saying about my Cebu Lions. Before you interrupted me rudely. He made us choose a team. So I chose the Los Angeles Angels. And I'm writing a paper about it right now, actually. And so, my professor, I got really into baseball this couple past weeks since we started. Mm-hmm. And, I got to admit, dude, baseball's fun, dude. I'm actually liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot.
I can imagine.
It's really, and also every class we're engaging about topics, everything. We talk about anything. We're reading the book called Moneyball. I don't know if you know that, but it's about the early 2000 Oakland A's and the money situation and how they looked at teams or players based off of on-base percentage and I believe on-base slugging. So it's very interesting on what he teaches us about what goes on and about spring training, about getting guys ready. And, each year is different. Each year is different because you have one guy that does really good one year based off the statistics or analytics from his past year, point whatever number. That number is going to be different every single year. So every year is new. Every team has a fresh start. It's a great game. So one of the best games ever. And a lot of teams have made splashes this offseason. Speaking of that.
How about the Yanks with Soto?
So Juan
Soto. Big move. Big money move.
To the Yankees.
I think he's known for his defense, I believe.
I don't think he's known for his defense.
Because based on his numbers in San Diego, I'm not sure.
Really?
I don't know. I think he's under 300.
But
he's a power hitter.
He is.
He is just like Giancarlo Stanton.
Really?
In my opinion.
Why
because Stanton is a power hitter too. So Stanton, when he gets that ball through that bat, 50% of the time he is hitting a home run.
Juan Soto is a good hitter, but
I think he's known more for his defense.
I believe he is because he's not known for swinging at many pitches in the strike zone.
Yeah.
So, yes, I do believe his defense is better than his offensive.
But I think it's a great move for New York.
I do too. He's a good player. He's better than me.
The great state of New York is very pleased, actually.
He's better than me, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, 100%. Now, here's a question that we may or may not know as of right now. But let's go with a way too early kind of prediction, right? At the end of the season in baseball, there's two different kinds of MVPs. There's an AL MVP, and then there's an NL MVP. Who do you think is going to win AL and NL? And why? Who do you think's got it? If you want, I can go first. Give you some time to think about it.
I would like time.
Okay. For NL, give me Bryce Harper.
From the Philadelphia
Phillies. Yeah. Now, as again, I don't like Philadelphia. In any sport, I do not like the Flyers. I do not like the Phillies. I do not like the Eagles. But I do think that Bryce Harper is legit, and I think that he'll win it. Because I think he won it 2 years ago, somewhere around those lines. But for NL MVP, I believe Bryce Harper is going to take it. That's my opinion. For AL, I'm not too sure. It's very close, and again, I don't want to sound biased here, but give me Aaron Judge.
No, I was thinking about Aaron Judge. You know, he hit, 70 home runs like 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, but God knows if he was on steroids or not.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, look, I'm saying is...
He's not no Rodriguez. What's his name? What's his name?
Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez. Come on.
I mean, then again, he is no Barry Bonds either, but... I don't know. He looks huge, obviously. I think he's, 6'6", 6'7"?
Well, there is an issue with Aaron Judge right now.
And what is that?
His toe.
What, is like big toe or something?
No. I believe it is his, I don't know what toe it is, but...
But is it broken? Like, is it...
He said that he needs to keep watch on it. Because part of his stance...
ruins his fucking big toe.
I don't know what it is, but I know somewhere in his foot, he has an injury. He doesn't have an injury, but he wants to just keep an eye on it because that's where you get your power from. It's from your legs, from your body, and really swinging at that bat by your foot stance.
Yeah, probably.
So that may have a factor in him winning AL MVP, and maybe Shohei Ohtani may win it. But then again, he's not pitching. He's not pitching this year. He's only hitting.
So.
I believe he's pitching the following year.
Yeah, he's not even pitching until 25. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Which gives me another reason because I feel like most of his success comes from the mound. In my opinion, I mean, and the stats prove it. The stats prove it. Completely.
In the
like he averaged 9 to 15 Ks a game.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Shohei Ohtani will be himself after the surgery and everything that's been going on with him?
It's very tough because Tommy John surgery is. So the Tommy John surgery is like your elbow. So it's like somewhere like I think it's straight just elbow. I think Brock Purdy got the same exact thing, something similar.
Okay.
But I think that again, what contributes to most of his success is him on the mound. I don't know if he's capable of winning NL MVP at least this year.
Really?
I mean, once he starts pitching again, I don't know. I think he might be unanimous. Because I find Shohei Ohtani very enjoyable and very fun to watch. You know he actually got married?
Shohei Ohtani got married?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter today.
I thought he got a dog.
He posted something on Instagram and got married. It was something like completely like out of the blue, and he didn't even show the woman. So I don't know if it's fake or not.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani announced a surprise marriage 2 days after Dodgers spring training debut. Yeah.
Yeah, it was blasphemy. It was like...
Hey, good for him. But, back to Ohtani about him may not winning MVP. Do you know what WAR stands for?
No.
You don't know what it stands for?
I mean, when you said WAR, I'm thinking war right now.
It stands for wins above replacement.
Wins above replacement?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what about
He
it?
had 10. That means a 10-game dip. When he was with the Los Angeles Angels,
yeah,
he helped his team win at least 10 games with him. With him being gone, that's going to be a 10-game difference with him gone. He's going to be a leading factor.
Dude, the thing is, the Angels, I consider them a good team. They just couldn't get it done.
No, now they're not going to do anything.
Now they're useless. Even with Mike Trout, they're useless.
Only Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even with Trout, they're useless.
He's 31, 32. He's gonna go downhill.
And the thing is, he's got like back problems, right? So that's like another thing you gotta keep. That he's definitely keeping watch.
I mean,
I think he only played half of the games last season.
His most recent injury, from me looking it up. Sorry for looking it up, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna get flamed. For looking all of this shit up. This is episode 1. Give us a chance.
Well, I haven't looked everything up.
Yeah, well, how many games did he play last season?
Well, I have to look up that. He's got into baseball this year. Well, not necessarily, but now...
Ooh, the comments are gonna go crazy over that one right there. That comment.
Shut up. The comments?
He was just like, you shut the fuck up.
Please. But back to what you were saying.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying how many games did he play last season?
Oh.
I think he played around half.
Yeah, I think around half. You look at me like I know the answer.
You got it in your Google Doc right there.
Oh.
Or in your ESPN website.
Oh, yeah. So he played...
No, so he played about half. That's pretty much it. Because, again, he's still dealing... He might deal with that injury for the next few years. Because it's a back thing. It's a spinal injury.
Okay.
I believe. But it looks like he may have some trouble there.
I think he only played 82 games.
And out of...
162.
So that's just over half. That's just over half. But that is huge. There's more responsibility on his back now with Ohtani gone.
Oh, yeah, no. This is going to be a big issue down in L.A. Not Dodgers. Not Dodgers. The Angels.
But, yeah. But I'm going to tell you this. I do know that the Dodgers are going to do well this season. I know that the Yankees are probably going to do well this season. My biggest concern as a Yankees fan is the Astros, obviously, because the Astros always win. They're a bunch of cheaters.
I hate the Astros.
In my opinion. But anyway, we're going to segue into the next topic. NHL. Hockey. Now, we don't know much about hockey, but I do know we're both Devils fans.
Who's we?
You're a Devils fan, right?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm a Rangers fan.
You're a Rangers fan?
Uh-huh.
You're not from New York.
So?
Okay, you're a Rangers fan. I don't know where that came from. Because I know before we started, you said, I'm such a Devils fan. So you're switching up on me a little bit.
You're delusional, buddy.
No, so I do know that the Rangers are doing great. They're doing well.
Yeah.
They're as of today, I think they're the second best team in the league. I might be wrong on that.
The Rangers?
Yeah, I know Vancouver's above them.
Well, the thing is with the Rangers is that, well, the 40,
I could be wrong.
40 and 15, 40 and 17, whatever. Well, they actually just beat the Blue Jackets 4-1.
So actually, as of last night,
yeah,
the Rangers are officially the best team in the league.
Really?
Yes.
Standings?
In the entire league, based on, well, they're actually tied with Vancouver based on points.
Well, actually,
but they are 40, 17, and 3.
Oh, we're going off of points?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going off of.
Well, yeah, if we're going off of points, they're tied against the Vancouver, correct?
Believe it or not, they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. The Rangers.
9-1.
They're 9-1 in their last 10 games.
They're number one in the Metropolitan Division. They're 60 and 40, but the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes are right behind them.
Yeah, they're only 7 points off, but I think the system works as in, like, a win is 3, a straight loss is 2, and then I think an overtime loss is 1. I think. I might be wrong.
All right.
Because I'm not sure how it works.
Well, no one is perfect. No one is perfect.
I'm way off. No, I think it's 2-1-0.
2-1-0?
No, can't be. Because then they wouldn't have 83 points.
Yeah, that doesn't make logical sense. You're right. You're absolutely correct.
So what is it, 1?
I'm assuming so. I mean...
I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig a little bit deeper here about the actual point system that the NHL follows. I think it's stupid, but
a win is a win. That's all that matters.
a win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win
how
is
you get it,
a win.
No matter how you get it, a win is a win.
Now, I know you're not great on this topic, but soccer.
Oh, I was gonna talk about Igor. I was gonna talk about Igor, the goalie for the Rangers.
Igor isn't the greatest goalie of all time.
But he's got a cool name though.
Igor? Yeah, he sounds like ogre.
Ogre.
But anyway, before we wrap up here,
yeah.
we have one small thing. You're not the greatest on this topic.
I'm gonna try.
In terms of the knowledge, but soccer.
I'm gonna try.
The Premier League.
Okay, what about the Premier League?
In England.
Yeah.
The club Liverpool.
Didn't
they have a head coach who's retiring at the end of the season, Jurgen Klopp. He's what, 56 years old, I think now.
I don't think it matters about age when it comes to head coach. Look at Bill Belichick.
Yeah, why do you think he's out? No, but Jurgen Klopp, he's a soccer mastermind when it comes to the game.
Okay.
He knows a bunch of plays, a bunch of schemes. If what I'm hearing is true, the rumors of him retiring or just straight up leaving Liverpool at the end of the season, Liverpool is going to be completely done. They're going to be done. They'll become a mid-table team, maybe even fighting relegation. That's what I think. What do you think?
Messi. That's all I gotta say. Messi, great player.
He knows nothing about soccer, so I've been trying to teach him. But what do you think? Do you think that Liverpool will be bad if he leaves, or no? Or do you think they'll continue with their success?
I don't think they will. I think Manchester
is going to be better.
Man City, yeah.
Man City's going to be better or worse?
Better.
Well, they're already better.
But they're not first.
You got a point.
If you ain't first, you're last.
No.
No?
No, you don't follow that. Maybe the Giants, in the Giants' case.
You lost. Okay, buddy. You lost to the Cardinals. All right, I don't want to.
You went what, 7-10?
I don't want to answer the question. I don't want to answer that question.
I think you went 7-10, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Let me just quickly check that one.
I don't want to.
I'm checking it.
But no, I think Man City.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 7-10, 6-11. I even gashed you guys up.
No, but I think I'm not a big soccer guy, but hey, the World Cup is
coming to the U.S. soon. That's a good topic.
In the New York Giants Stadium.
MetLife Stadium.
MetLife. But I do have some concerns though. That place is gonna be packed. You got
and now you're thinking about
the mall. You got American Dream Mall right next to it. You have all those fans from around the world come in here. It's gonna be a mess. Absolute mess, I think. And also, I'm very curious on how they deal with the turf.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
There have been a lot of
because
injuries.
the fans of the NFL have been going nuts about the turf. I wonder how soccer players are gonna react with the turf. I don't know if they're used to it.
That's all I do.
They're not. I don't think they're used to American turf.
No,
they're not. So that's another thing that you got to think about: is are they capable of playing in the same exact way on different turf fields? Unless they switch it up and they go with that kind of turf, and not American football turf.
I do have to say, it was confirmed by ownership, players, everything around the NFL. It was told that the Giants, that MetLife Stadium, is the worst stadium.
To what? Be like to
like
watch?
Other NFL teams. Like other NFL teams.
Like based on looks, comfortability.
I think everything.
Hospitality.
It's last for a reason.
It's god awful.
It's terrible.
Absolutely.
I've been there multiple.
No doubt about it.
I've been there multiple times, and then this stadium wasn't built that long ago.
That is very true.
This stadium has not been. I think it was built in.
I think it was finished in
early
2009.
Yeah.
And then it started in the 2010 season, I believe.
Yeah. So the stadium's like new, not new, but it's new.
It's definitely new. I would say it's new.
I like as a Giants fan, like, hey, we're getting something down here, but hey, I'd rather have it in Los Angeles. But Los Angeles, they get enough. They get enough already.
Yeah, that's very true.
They get enough with Shohei, San Francisco 49ers. Isn't that California?
Where? San Fran?
Yeah, isn't San Fran in California?
It's in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, okay. But they got everywhere down there, I think, is a lot. But I'm glad there's something up here in the East. Is something good.
You know, there's actually two more topics that we completely forgot about when we were talking deep about just the football world in general. The first thing that we missed was the salary cap increase.
I believe it was what?
It was
million?
a $30 million increase,
oh, yeah,
which I think it puts everybody out of the red except for the Washington Commanders.
But back to soccer for a quick second. I think soccer's a great game,
and you need to learn it.
I know.
You really do.
Also, it's football's football, and soccer's soccer. All right, don't debate me.
Our England audience might get triggered at that.
We're gonna get some England, some people from there.
Our British viewers might get mad at that.
Dude, but we have like 4
If
viewers.
we do.
We have 3 viewers. And like all of them's their parents. So, it's like I carried away here.
I'm saying for the future.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are not done. But anyway, we missed 2 topics in football. Yeah. The salary cap increase. I think it's about a $30 million increase, which I think puts 31 out of the 32 teams out of the red. I think Washington is still in the red.
I think the Saints. No, Washington, the Commanders.
I think so.
You're highly mistaken. It's the Saints.
Oh yes, that's right. I think yes.
No, it's not. You think. I know that.
Okay. So the New Orleans Saints are the only team that is in the red still somehow, even with a $30 million.
You should maybe look that up just in case.
Really, I should?
Yeah. No, but it is the Saints, though. It is the Saints. But the Saints, though, they've restructured Cameron Jordan to save $1.5 million. They saved some money on Derek Carr.
So the team who has the most current cap space after the increase are the Titans.
Can I guess?
Are the Titans.
Okay, just don't let me guess. Alright, thanks. Alright.
And actually, you're absolutely wrong.
I am?
Yeah, we're both wrong, actually.
What was it?
I believe...
You don't believe.
No, I found it. I'm sorry. The Saints are at 28. With a negative 16
out of 32 teams, okay, come on.
They're 28 out of 32. And I was way off about the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, they're positive.
They have just like $77 million in cap.
Yeah, I know that.
Now, who do you think is the last team in terms of the salary cap? Just take a guess.
Well,
I'll give you a hint. They have negative 40 in cap.
Negative 40?
Negative 40 million in cap despite the increase.
NFC or AFC?
No, that's not how we're doing things here, bro.
Give me the Cowboys.
Let me double check. No.
Not the Cowboys?
No. They're 27. They're actually right above the Saints. By 1, so.
Eagles?
No. The Eagles are in the positive. I'll give you 2 more guesses, dude.
Give me the Chiefs.
No. They're in the positive.
They're in the positive.
I'll tell you what. There are only 7 teams in the negative.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Short. Thank you. That totally helps me in my elimination.
Well, that eliminates 25 teams.
Thanks, I got 4 teams already. The percentage is not on my side.
Well, actually, you have a 20% chance of getting one of the negatives.
Oh my smarty. I know he can do fast math. I can't. Let's go with the...
Why don't you think about it for a second?
Think about it?
Yeah, why don't you take a second and think about it? Because it's not hard. If you really think about it hard, you'll get it. Don't you dare look it up.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm just making sure that you're not looking it up.
So I would have to go with. I know it's the Giants. The Giants have like positive like 60, I think. Probably like 30 mil, 60.
Half that. 30 mil.
30 mil, yeah.
30 mil. They're actually right in the middle of the pack right now.
I don't know.
The definition of average.
Tell me.
Really? You're not even going to take one more guess?
Patriots.
No. Not even close.
Tell me.
Actually, they're third.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're third. They have 78 million in the positive.
That's crazy.
All right, one more guess. Come on, one more guess, and then I'll tell you.
Not the Texans. Not the Texans.
It is the Texans. No, I'm kidding. It's not. They're actually 6. They're at number 6.
Tell me.
All right. So Buffalo Bills with negative 40 million in cap space, despite the increase.
No way, Buffalo Bills.
And they're ahead by about 11 million in terms of the next team up, and that's the Miami Dolphins with negative 29.
I think it's the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins dumped it on
Tua
and Tyreek
and Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah, Jalen Ramsey did as well.
But yes, so the salary increases, it shows some promise for the other teams. It gives them an opportunity in free agency.
And to restructure contracts.
It gives them more leeway in terms of restructuring contracts for sure.
Absolutely agree. And what was
but
the other
the
thing?
final topic is this upcoming mock draft made by Kuiper.
Mock draft.
The very most recent mock draft. This was made last night by Mel Kuiper.
Mel Kiper Jr.?
Yep.
Let's say his name.
And obviously, he has the number 1 pick. Obviously, Caleb Williams.
No kidding.
What do you think of Caleb Williams, actually? Well, we'll go over, like, the top 5 picks, and then we'll finito.
So we have Caleb Williams. I like Caleb Williams. I like him.
I think he's a bust. I genuinely think, you know that movie about the Browns with Bo Callahan?
Oh,
that's what it reminds me
NFL,
of. When I see
NFL
Caleb
draft.
Williams, I think of Bo Callahan. I don't know why.
It's stupid for
Isn't he like not like a fictional character?
Dude, that's a movie. This is real life, dude. Caleb Williams is a stud.
He is a bust, hands down. In my opinion, hands down. I do not think
number 1. Who should be number 1?
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, and you're stupid.
Really?
And you're stupid.
Who do you besides Caleb Williams? Who would you put at number 1?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Going to Chicago?
Chicago.
They're set in Chicago with wide receivers.
With who? DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, yes.
And who else?
That was a very good point, actually.
Oh, no, they have a really good... that's a wide receiver. No, they're not.
No, but listen. Look, I don't know if Caleb Williams can produce. We're just going to have to see.
We don't know how every team's going to produce.
I know. That's why I'm just making a prediction.
But you can make the argument about...
I'm making a very controversial prediction. I think that Caleb Williams is going to be a bust.
Back it up.
Plain simple.
What's the argument? You can't just say something without giving reasoning.
If he needs to win a national championship to prove something of that caliber. I mean,
wait.
His 3 losses have come on his own.
Wait. So you just told me that for a good player to have a good resume. Okay.
It has to...
JJ McCarthy should be number 1 overall pick then. He won the national championship.
No, he didn't. He didn't do anything.
But he won it.
Look, you got to produce great games.
Blake Corum, number 1 overall pick. He won the national
No one
championship.
takes a running back in the first overall pick. Come on. No one does. Listen to me. Just listen to me. Listen to me. You didn't even let me finish. I'm saying you have to produce some great stat lines. You have to, win awards. And you have to back that up with on-field performance. And attitude. That's another thing. His attitude sucks.
Oh, because he cried with his mom?
Yes. That's not attitude. That's emotion. That's a different thing.
Oh.
His attitude sucks, I've heard. Down at USC, I've heard that his attitude is terrible. Straight up. Look, In my opinion, I feel like Jaden Daniels is the most well-rounded player in the draft.
Why is that?
I think he's way more well-rounded than Caleb Williams.
Why is that?
The versatility. I'm telling you, he is more versatile than Caleb. I think,
Hey, I'm going to say something.
in all honesty, I would flip these. I would have Jaden Daniels at number 1 and Caleb at number 2. I think, and it also depends on the franchise.
So you mentioned that it matters about awards, correct? With Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I know he's won the Heisman, but he won it as a sophomore. What did he do this past year? Absolutely nothing. Am I wrong?
I'm listening. Keep going.
And I'm saying you need to be consistent. He is the most inconsistent quarterback in college football right now. That's my opinion. That's it. That's all I got. I would switch them. And again, you got to think about where he would be better. You got to think about location.
So
What do you think do you think he'll be better in Chicago or in Washington? Because I think he'll be better in Washington.
Yeah, I think Washington too.
That's why I'm saying he's not going number 1.
So let me ask you, in mind of this, should the Bears trade their first overall pick?
No. No, they shouldn't. I mean, unless we were going to go back to that Giants trade, and in that case, they should. Because I think it's actually a pretty even trade.
I hate that trade, though.
Well, as a Giants fan, everyone hates that trade, right?
From what I know, yes.
Every Giants fan hates that trade. But anyway, obviously, Caleb Williams is projected to go number 1 to Chicago.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels at number 2.
Yep.
Drake May going to New England.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a tricky one. Are they really going to pick another white quarterback like they did with Mac Jones? And do not make I'm not making it about race. I'm saying switch it up. I mean, maybe you can stick.
Bailey Zappi.
Well, maybe you can stick Bailey Zappi somewhere else.
Why are you saying
Maybe you could even if he falls that deep. Let's say he falls that deep. Take Jaden Daniels at number 3.
The Giants might trade though. With the Patriots.
They are not going to. I don't think they will. But anyway, so Drake May at 3. Number 4, MHJ to Arizona.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I think he belongs in Arizona the most, in my opinion. They have nobody.
What about their quarterback?
I don't know. I'm giving Kyler Murray one more year. I'm going to be honest with you. One more year.
Because of his injury?
He can't stay healthy.
Yeah. And then who's next?
This comes as a shock. J.C. Latham from Alabama, offensive tackle to LA.
Really?
So apparently, this here, Mel, word for word, says, when I projected the Chargers to take Brock Bowers back in January, it was before Jim Harbaugh was hired. And so that's why he changed it. Because he might change the offense into a run-style offense. Even with Mike Williams, even with Keenan Allen.
Let's end it off with the 6th overall pick. What do you guys think?
For the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
Romeo Dunze. I don't know.
Not Malik Neighbors?
Malik Neighbors is actually projected to go 9th to Chicago. To pair up with Caleb Williams. And then the Jets are going to take Brock Bowers.
Honestly, Jets to Brock.
Actually, Jets taking Brock Bowers. If he falls down, that's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
Because they don't have a fucking tight end.
Yeah, but they don't have also a line.
They don't have an O-line either. And knowing Aaron Rodgers, he's only going to last another 75 seconds next season, too. So.
Come on, let's have a little bit longer.
Okay, 90 seconds. But to end it off, the Steelers are projected to take Nate Wiggins from Clemson. He's a corner. I don't know much about Nate Wiggins.
He's a corner.
He is a corner.
Corner.
And I don't know who are the Chiefs projected to take. Xavier Worthy.
Why do you see that at Texas?
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Great pick, actually. And they get everything they want.
The Bills are projected to take Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU, another wide receiver. If they let go of Diggs, that's a great
They're
pick.
gonna get rid of Gabe Davis.
No, they're not.
I like Shakir.
Unless it's in free agency.
I like Shakir. The Bills wide receiver Shakir.
The Rams are projected to take the very first white corner in Cooper DeJean out of Iowa.
This doesn't matter. It's about how they play.
I'm just saying that he's a white corner. That's what Mel says in his description here.
Really?
He's the first white corner I've ever seen.
No way.
But regardless, some of these picks are good. Some of these are questionable. Denver taking J.J. McCarthy at 12. I don't think J.J. is going to fall that far. I don't think he's falling out of the top 10. Where's Bo Nix here? Where is Bo Nix? What, is he just not in the first round?
I don't know. Is he not?
No, he isn't.
I guess I'm going to get up there. Bo Nix on Mel Kiper. Which one is that? His first one, second one, third?
I think it's his third one.
Wow, Mel Kiper is his third one. Bo Nix is out of the first round.
I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited for next season. But, guys, we're going to end it here. This has been the very first episode of Beyond the Scoreboard with Eric and Blake. We hope you enjoyed us rambling on for an hour and a half.
Not bad, actually.
Very good first episode. We got a lot accomplished. And we hope you guys have a great day.
Have a good one.